Welcome back to the Tiger Hanger. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with a weekly news and review for July 5th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July, got to spend some time with the family, enjoy the day. And for those of you that are international viewers, well, at least it was a Saturday, right? So let's go ahead and get in on all of this great news. Coming up! First up, I want to talk about all the great stuff that you can get right now at Show Z that I've been looking at. So you could still get Cup if you missed it from all of the other places. They have them in stock now. Also, you can get yourself the Warpath, the Fans Toys Warpath. So it's Coot and Sheridan. A little bit higher price than before, but hey, they're still there. And you can get yourself one of these sets of the Magic Square tapes. These tapes are cool. I really like them. I got mine on the way. Can't wait to review them, but they're in stock right now. I think they're selling out at other places too. So get them while they've got them. They also have this Lepin Soundwave, and it's kind of like a Lego. You build it. It's pretty cool. And I like how it comes with Ravage. I like Ravage. And they've also got the G Creation Optimus Prime and the Dark Magnus Optimus Prime, I guess what they call it. Anyway, Darkness Maximus. They're both for pre-order. The dark colored one, the repaint, is going to be $20 more, so it's $138, and then the one that just looks like the standard colored Optimus Prime is $117. So you can pre-order these right now. Definitely a cool take on Optimus Prime. So to get right into this with Sovereign reissue Fans Toys FT16M. If you watched my Friday video, I did talk about this, but I had very, very little information, and evidently it went up for pre-order and was sold out right away. I do believe it was extremely limited quantities, and with that, you can go watch my tips and tricks in buying. But I do think that when they come into stock, the pre-orders get filled. There'll be a couple of extras. But those extras will be pretty expensive, I believe, at most of these retailers. We'll have to see. Also, the rumor is that we're going to be getting a reissue of Quietus in 2021. So, can't confirm that. I will say it's a rumor, and I don't know if it's going to be the T. But if they just did the Quietus, the Sovereign M, then it's possible a Quietus T. Here's the thing, though. They said those were all limited runs. So, kind of goes back to, if they're limited runs, how are they reissuing a limited run? So I don't mind. I'm not upset. I've got mine, and sadly the price is a good $50 higher than the last run. It's kind of crazy about the pricing. But on the flip side, if you're going to pony up extra dough for something limited, a lot of people might get upset that, hey, I bought it back then because it was limited, and now they're reissuing it and reissuing it and reissuing it. People that are really going to get upset are the ones that bought on the secondary market for double or triple the price. Alright, so let's slide into talking about other Masterpiece news here. Transformission has a metallic version, and when they say metallic, they mean bling bling metallic. This is an IDW inspired version of Minosaur. Here's the thing, this Minosaur was the best Minosaur for a while, and until this whole battle between X-Transbots DX9 and then Fans Toys decided to start into the race, this thing was the best Minosaur out there. Like, everybody unanimously decided that this was the best one. It's still only 15 inches tall, not the 21 inches, the 20 to 21 that we're seeing from these other guys. And so with that, depending on your scale for combiner, it might not be tall enough for you. But you can't deny the beautiful paint job and how good it looks. I'm a sucker for shiny things, and you know, if we didn't have all these other Minosaur options, I'd be in on this. But this starts to make me wonder, will we see any repaints in the future that are this amazing for a combiner? Now, it does kind of scare me a little bit because of paint chipping, and when you chip the paint on something this shiny and reflective, it shows up very, very big. It's like a giant blemish in it. But I do love the way these look. Really shiny. Really beautiful, and you know, all they did is put another coat on it and call it a day, but it is pretty awesome. So for any of y'all that are still looking for the 01 Studio Zeta Core Star version, whatever you want to call it, version of Unicron, shows he's got them up for pre-orders for another run. I think a couple other places also have pre-orders up for another run. And the thing is, this thing is selling out fast, even at $400 price point. When everybody thought it was only going to be $200, $250 max, which I got mine for $250 because that's the sale that was going on. Everybody thought it was only going to be $250 at the most, and then for $400 it's selling out like crazy. I know prices have jumped since then and all the speculation and stuff, but this is a new world we're living in, and $400 for this guy. And I don't really know if it's going to get even higher than that by the time they come in stock, because there's no price listed. So we've got more pictures of Nicey, the Firebirds version of a stylized RC, and I think that she looks great. Again, I'm a sucker for shiny things. I think that she's a real shiny figure with all the paint and the metallic paint. It looks good. We've seen other pictures in the past. She's going to be highly posable, and she can pose on one foot without assistance, and that's pretty awesome. This here shows more range of posability like that. But she is not really G1. She is inspired by G1, but stylized, and so with that, maybe she's not for everyone, but I'm looking forward to her. So we've gotten some pictures of New Age Reflector, and the first thing I want to point out is that it looks like they've done a little bit of work to the elbow joints. They used to be ball sockets, or maybe from this angle you just can't see it. So that may be a thing. I mean, I got some other pictures here that show ball sockets, so we'll see. But here is the camera mode. It does look good. I have to admit that New Age and Magic Square, I think they battle off neck and neck on who is the best, and it's really up to personal preference however you go. So that's really the way it is. See, like this picture here shows, you can see the ball socket, so maybe you don't see that ball socket in the elbow based on how you pose it. And I've had a lot of people say they call that lazy engineering. I think you get away with stuff like that in Legends, but the problem comes in when you have two companies fighting neck and neck really close on something like this. So this is definitely a case of you have to decide for yourself. So on the top is New Age, on the bottom is Magic Square. I have the Magic Square one already. I'm very happy with them. I like the way they look. I don't really want to buy another set, and I don't want to spend more money on the New Age than I did on the Magic Squares, and I kind of like the look of the Magic Square. Now, I have kind of an idea though. I think if they repaint that, there's the New Age in maybe toy colors, or they do something a little bit different, I might have to pick that set up, and then I could do a comparison. But for me, I don't need two G1 tune accurate versions that are exactly, more or less exactly the same. So it's pick your battle, and which one do you like the most? So we've got more pictures of Transform Elements Scorponok, and I think it looks good with a little bit of color to it. I mean, this is definitely not a final run. This isn't going to be the final colors, obviously, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty solid, pretty true to the character. I think I like what they've done so far, and they're kind of carving out a whole niche for themselves. Anyway, I think it looks good. I like it so far what I see. Doesn't look like it'd be too crazy of a transformation, but maybe that's just wishful thinking on my behalf. What do you guys think of this guy? So the McFans Toys Highbrow is coming into stock at all different retailers, so check and see if you're in on this guy. He's pretty cheap, around 30 bucks, which I've seen a lot of Legends figures going for 50 and up these days. I like McFans Toys because they keep the price solid. They look good. All the figures look good. Yeah, I know a lot of their molds are knockoffs and they just KO oversize them. But even their original molds are around 30 bucks and sometimes cheaper. So I like that company. I like what they do so far. And I look forward to this thing. We're talking about they're going to reveal a Back to the Future, and it's a crossover, so obviously it's a DeLorean that turns into a robot, and it looks okay. It's not exactly what I expected, but a lot of people have pointed out that this is a rework of the Siege Sideswipe mold. And I think it's a pretty good rework of that mold, a good reuse of the mold. Here is the car mode. So the car mode looks good, except the front windshield looks kind of strange. And I don't know, Toy Hack stickers might fix it, but I just think that's kind of odd the way it's all set up. But again, this is a mainline Transformer. Hopefully it's only like 20 bucks. I don't know the price, but I'm looking forward to it. I still think it's pretty cool. So I've seen some early development pictures of some add-on kit, a massive add-on kit by the way, for Earthrise Skylinks. This is the Cyber Base system by Funbee Studio, and it's really cool what all you can do with this. Basically, you have the fuel tank, the fuel jets, whatever exactly they're called, that goes with an actual NASA space shuttle, and it also transforms and converts. Here shows all the stuff that you can do with it, turn it into a little base. Almost looks like you could use this same little platform as a dead Optimus Prime table. I mean, a sleep mode Optimus Prime table. And that's an option there. And the transforms to kind of open up. You can hold your Cosmos in the tip of the engine there. That's cool. Here's a blueprint of it. So really ingenious, the add-on kits and what people are doing these days with 3D printing and modeling and all that fun stuff. It's pretty exciting. Your imagination is your limit. Now there are a lot of pictures of Lord Zarak, the head of this upcoming Scorponok, and of course a lot of people are getting their Earthrise Scorponok. This picture here is one that I've wanted to see for a while, and I don't know if I just missed it, if it's ever been shown before, but I can't believe that the head is that much smaller. Just in my opinion, I always thought they'd be head to head, neck to neck, but maybe I was wrong on that. And here we are with another group shot. So I'm scale-wise, I'm even more confused on exactly how big this guy is. And of course, he's got those signature horns that you're gonna have with it, so looks good. And you can combine those to make like a claw. That's cool too. Look forward to getting my Scorponok in hand and checking this guy out, and of course comparing him to the other headmaster and all that stuff myself. This is gonna be a really fun figure. Here's what he looks like on Fortress Maximus's head. Well, I guess his body, this is the Lord Zarak on the Fort Max body, and of course using the shield that goes with it, and he's standing above it. People are having a lot of fun with this. Alright, so more fun Chug. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Chug world these days. And we've got the Trollbreaker pictures, more in-hand images. And I really think this is a little bit better because you get a real look at this figure versus the glamour shots that they like to put out. And they give you the best angles and all of that. I think he looks good. Of course, I really like the hoist. And so knowing I like the hoist meant I probably was going to like this. And I do like this. I like this alt mode too. I just think they're doing great work these days. And at the $20 price point, again, you're not going to pick this thing apart at the $20 price point because it does transform and all of that, as you would a $150 Transformer. At that price point, you would expect a lot more in the Masterpiece. But I think this looks good. We've got more pictures of the exhaust. It's Generation Selects, I believe, exclusive. And here he is, Marlboro Wheeljack. And I think the Wheeljack design is a good design. It's not perfect, and if you get one of these, you need to open it and make sure you got both of your pieces of your windshield on the inner part of the leg. My Wheeljack was missing that. Here he is next to Megatron. He looks pretty good. The paint scheme, the deco, it's so different. But look at that beautiful ultra bright white. I wish Wheeljack was that bright white. I mean, Wheeljack already looks like he's been in the sun a bit and started to yellow. This guy is popping. And that bright white makes this alt mode pop too. It just looks so good. I like it. I don't know if I'm in on it. I don't know, especially if the price is a little bit higher. No, Generation Selects usually run a little bit more. We'll see. So we're seeing more pictures of the grease pit, and I think it looks pretty cool considering it never had a robot mode before. This is the first time it's had that robot mode, and so doing a lot with this. Here is the alt mode, so you can kind of see what's going on with it. I do have the grease pit. I don't know where some of the little yellow parts are for my G1 version, but anyway, with this guy here, it is pretty true to G1 in this base mode. That's pretty cool, considering they're doing so much more with it. So here is pictures of the new, is it Airwave? This does look pretty cool. In bot mode, there is one of the alt modes, and then here is the other alt mode that goes with it. So yeah, they're doing a lot with these Micromasters, and these Micromaster playsets are characters themselves. You can also buy the Micromaster separately. Speaking of Micromasters, I saw some Micromasters showing up at Target when I was doing my run for the exclusive, and I passed on. I really was not wanting to pick them up at the time. I kind of wish I would have though. The little one that looks like a Cobra, that thing does look pretty cool. I should have grabbed it. I saw it. I was like, wow, that looks cool. It's exciting to see new stuff, but I was on a mission and I should have, I guess, taken a detour. What's that mission, you say? Well, that mission is to grab one of these 2-packs of Skywarp and Thundercracker. They're kind of hard to get, and I do explain the whole crazy nonsense process I went through to get my hands on one of these. But check your targets. That's all I got to say, and it may be a lot more hassle than it should be. I don't know why they make it so hard, but in the end, it is what it is. Either you're going to do the work to get it for a good price, or you're going to just take the easy route and pay a scalper. I guess is how it's going to go. Speaking of another Target exclusive, we've got these guys, this reissue of these guys, and I don't really think that this was the greatest thing they should have done, and it's kind of making you start to wonder, and this is how I felt about Hasbro with Star Wars. I don't know if we're really going to be getting in that with Transformers. I don't feel like we've gone there yet. But with Star Wars, you buy a Star Wars figure, and then they come out with a better, cheaper one, or a better deal, or whatever, down the road. So I bought these, I have these, but I spent a lot more money than $25 to get the set, and I was really kind of irritated because they're Legends figures, and I know I spent like $35 for the set, for the Kara set, Kara version, and now you get it for $25. So it's a little irritating. But in the end, I already have them, so I have zero interest in them at all. And that makes me think that they're going to put this out. How much interest is there going to be? How many people out there still need it? So Hasbro's really pumping this whole Netflix original anime series of the War for Cybertron. Yeah, they got these posters out, but July 30th, you're supposed to be able to watch these on Netflix, the series. So I don't know if it's going to be all at once and you can binge it or what. But hey, at least the first episode will be out July 30th. Look forward to it. I wonder if it's going to be better than Machinima. I mean, Machinima wasn't the greatest thing ever. I think it could have been worse, so it wasn't the worst thing ever. Well, let's see how this goes. We'll begin into a little bit of Star Wars news. So now they're starting to ship this whole 2-pack here. Now this whole 2-pack of Forlom and Zuckuss in the repack to the 40th anniversary vintage style card packs. The thing about it is that it was an Amazon exclusive for $40, and Hasbro Pulse had it for $50. I went through Hasbro Pulse because, I'm sorry, Amazon cancels my order, and if they cancel my order, I don't trust them, and that's all I got to say about that. So they canceled my order something before. I pre-ordered through Pulse, and I wasn't going to trust Amazon. I probably should have done both, and then got whichever one came first. I don't know, but I know I have mine coming. I feel like I spent a little bit too much money on them, though. So, it looks like Yoda, the spirit of Yoda, Force Spirit Yoda, is showing up at TJ Maxx of all places for $6, and that's a really good deal. I think that we're getting Yoda over Loda, and with that, the Spirit one's kind of cool, and there's only a handful of them that came out with the Spirit look. You got the Obi-Wan and this one, and I think you got Luke and maybe an Anakin, I don't know. But with that, it's a nice little set to have if you get them all together, and once this guy's sold out and off the market, he'd probably be a little bit hard to get. But right now, getting them for $6 would be excellent. And one more really cool thing that happened this week is announcing that they're going to be reissuing Jango Fett in the Gaming Greats line. Now, here's the thing about this. It's going to be a little different than the original release. The colors are a lot brighter. It's more around a game versus the movie. So it's going to be more game accurate than movie accurate. But it's your chance to get a Jango Fett nonetheless. Let me know what you think about this week's weekly news and review. What other great things are going on out there that I missed? Like, subscribe. Tadarium Hanger out.